What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Y'all already know what it is. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. And of course, this is the TL Mac Fitness Show with my co-host Roz. And we are live on the Evening Rush Network. As you guys can see, Roz is not available today, but we're going to shout out to her because she has some business to handle. And she's out there on the West Coast doing what she do. But today, we got a very, very special guest. He's not only special to me, but he's special to Roz as well and to many others in the VA area and, of course, across the country. I got my coach, my trainer, who getting ready to get me right for this bodybuilding competition, Zoe, a.k.a. One More Rep. What up, Coach?
Hey. What's up, champ? How you doing, man?
Good. What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing good.
So we got a few things we're going to talk about today. So let's get to talking.
All righty.
First, I'm gonna ask you the first question. Yo, Don, I don't see my sponsors and stuff up there, but let's talk about how you actually got into fitness. That's a question that I've always wondered.
Well, it was two things that really got me into fitness. I was going through a bad time in my life, and I needed something to channel, that energy and all, and that was one of the things that got me into it. And the other piece was at 30 years old, I had my doctor tell me my cholesterol was too high. Mm-hmm. And, you're talking about at that time, 140, 45 pounds and have high cholesterol. I knew I had to do something different.
And that's usually not heard of, being that high at that weight.
Exactly. So I can thank my parents for the genes, right?
You was eating all the eggs, all the fried food, anything that you can get down that was cholesterol based, you was getting down.
Hey, back then you ate whatever was on the table, whatever was around.
And you know what? You were 100% right.
Yeah.
So what's going on now? So once you found that you had high cholesterol, what was your next move?
My next move was to continue to work out hard. But I thought that I could fool the doctors, I was going to, get my statin, getting my liver checked every 3 months because I was taking a statin. And as I was taking it, every time I would get it checked, my number was coming down. Mm-hmm. But at that time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop taking this medicine and let me see what happens. And next checkup, it was slowly rising. The checkup after that, it went out of the roof. And so the doctor looked at me and he said, you haven't been taking your medicine. I said, Doc, I missed 1 or 2 days. And he was like, nah, you've been missing some medicine. So I knew right then that just coming off the medicine, working out wasn't going to change anything. So mm-hmm. that made me have to shift gears and start watching what I eat.
And what did you change as far as your lifestyle? Because I don't use the word diet.
Everything, fried foods, greasy foods, just butter, sugar. I cut out everything. Mm-hmm. When I made the transition, and just started baking more, started grilling more, roasting, boiling, things of that nature there. But I gave up everything and pretty much stayed clean year round.
That's a beautiful thing. So when you finally decided to take the movement from the food, that's when you decided to hit the gym and get that transition going?
Yeah, well, because I was already hitting the gym and putting on a little weight and all. But once I started putting, looking at the food and figuring out what to eat and what not to eat, it really just kind of shifted gears for me.
Okay. So now that are you at your ideal weight now in your cholesterol? As far you're not your weight, your goal for your cholesterol, or is there still more room for improvement?
To be honest with you, this is the thing where I tell a lot of people, exercise works wonders. I don't even take cholesterol medicine anymore. And really that was, again, contributing to changing, my diet and all, eating more leafy veggies and getting that fiber and stuff in. So it works. So
how long have you been off medicine?
Probably 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. Right around the time we first met, you were still on, because I've known you probably, let me see, maybe like 5 years or so.
Yeah, at least.
And you've been when I first got on, when I first got around y'all was on medicine.
Yeah, I was actually, it was at that time right there when I started making that transition with the foods and all.
But you was already a beast when I first met you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
I
But
mean,
I appreciate that.
When I first started seeing pictures of you, you was in the gym training. I'm like, God damn, who the hell is this? I'm like, yo, I'm posting pictures and I'm in the gym clanging and banging. And everybody like, oh, you shredded. Then you come in with a picture. And I'm like, let me take that picture down.
Wow, appreciate that, yeah. But I always say on this ladder, man, fitness is always going to be someone above you, someone beneath you, and all, right? Because no matter where you are on that ladder, and right now, I have some people that I'm like, wow, I'm trying to get to that rung up there. While I know there's some people doing the exact same thing with me.
But see, I'm looking at you and I'm like, I need to get to this level. Like I show people your pictures of you and they're like, God damn. And I'm like, that's the coach right there. That's when I get on stage, if I don't show him right, then I didn't do my job. But I like when we first spoke, my whole job of getting on stage was a bucket list thing for me. And I wanted to do it many, many years ago. But them damn kidneys, how you doing, Zip? But these damn kidneys, they weren't allowing me to be great. So now that, the kidneys are out and I'm pushing, I done got somebody in my corner who's already been there, done that. And it's like, okay, yo, champ, let's take this out your diet. Let's lift this way. Let's do this. Let's do that. And it's working. And, I've been following, the protocol since you first told me. But before we move on any further, let me shout out my sponsors. Of course, Elevate Yours. Got the best CMOS coach. If you need CMOS, that's the woman you need to holler at right there.
Right there.
Choice Sewer and Drain, one of the best plumbing companies in the business. Like I've told you, everybody's heard me tell stories about how this dude done helped me unclog my toilet over the phone. Of course, Sayings by Butter. She takes care of all my gear. Hats, shirts, pants, anything that I need done, Sayings by Butter is the one that takes care of it. Of course, my brother from another, and I definitely want to send out my condolences to the Faith No Fear family, where he lost 2 family members in the last week. So definitely my condolences. And of course, his guest says it all. Have faith, no fear. Of course, the beautiful Envious Creations. Listen, Coach, I'm going to be honest with you. We got 2 shows coming up on my end, November 6th, November 13th. When I get off the stage on November 13th, Envious Creation is going to have me some vegan brownies sitting right there waiting. I'm not even going to lie to you, Coach.
It's like that.
I'm going to pick out.
It's like that.
It's like that. I've already got plans. Like we go into a restaurant. I might order like 3 or 4 entrees, and that's going to be it.
That's what's up.
My brother 2920 Clothings. Shout out to y'all out there. Yo, quality at affordable prices. My student Indian Ivy Inc. Definitely got to show y'all love. That's one of my students and her mother and her sister. And they're doing a lot of things for especially for Black women, especially since it's Black Women's History Month or Women's History Month. Of course, my newest sponsor, and Coach, you're gonna be happy about this one. This is my meal prep lady right here, Rachel's Kitchen, and she's definitely taking care of me. She's cooked for me for many years, so I already know the quality of her cooking. And when me and her had a conversation a couple of days back, I told her what I wanted, what I needed, and she said, I got you. Okay. And of course, if you guys are looking for that massage, One by Rainbow, you could come on my social media. Of course, you'll find all of their information on my social media, the Instagrams, and if you need Facebook posts, anything like that, I got you. So all my viewers right now, how y'all doing? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you guys are. And of course, I have my brother, my coach, Zoe, aka One More Rep.
What's happening?
So going back into that. So like I said, when I first came on board, you was already clanging and banging, but we're going to go back a little bit further. Your first tournament, your first competition.
Okay.
I've seen pictures of you. How was that for you when you first did that?
Man, I was nervous as hell. I was nervous. I was scared. I hadn't done it before. So, then going through that journey, I really didn't know what that consisted of when I signed on. And I did it in 7 weeks. And I didn't understand at the time that was not enough time.
Stop. I seen pictures.
Yeah.
That wasn't 7 weeks.
I kid you not. I did that in 7 weeks, but knowing how it works now, I would have given myself a little bit more time. I mean, at that time, I was just following the directions of others. And in 7 weeks, so I was 214. 7 weeks out, when I stepped on stage, I was 194. So 20 pounds, in 7 weeks.
But you kept your strength up though. You kept the muscle. So you did it right though. But how much time? Thinking now, how much time would you have preferred to have had?
At least 12 weeks. For me, I would have said 12 weeks. Like this go around, I started at 12 or 13 weeks. Started 1st of February, so I started prepping then. But I was getting my mind right mentally because again, you got to go underground when you're doing a show.
Well, a lot of people sit back and say to me, yo, T, I haven't seen you in a shirt less than an XL or 2XL ever when you post. Why is that? And I'm like, like you just said, coach, you got to go underground. So my whole thing is when it's time for them to see what you've helped create for me, it'll be a huge, gift come out.
That's what's up.
So, I'm not planning on doing that till my birthday, which is in June. So we still got some months of just straight grinding.
We do.
And, on top of that, I'm hoping, I'm probably going to come out there that Thursday or that Friday and get that last training session in with you before you hit that stage. Because I'm sure you're going to get one in before showtime.
Well, actually, the last couple of days, it's best not to even lift, just kind of just rest and be fresh when you get on that stage and all. So, but even with that being said, you come down, definitely hit the gym and I can coach you, but maybe not train with you at that time.
I mean, that's cool with that. I mean, it's gonna be a couple of us repping the team one rep.
Hey,
so
man,
we're gonna come out there. We're gonna
show been out.
We're gonna come out and show out, and we're gonna make sure we have our apparel on and rep for our coach. That's helping us be great.
Let me tell you, I love my team, bro, and the squad. The squad is deep, man. I love it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wish I was out in VA, especially watching some of the training that's going on out there. I'm like, damn. And, that's why, a lot of times I'm trying to get a training partner up here. But, from when I was training a couple of years ago, everybody running nobody really want to work with me. And I'm like, if you want to get your life right, especially I have more females that want to train with me than men. But the females can't lift like I lift.
I'm going to be honest with you. I started off with a workout partner. I've had a couple, but now, then it got to a point where I knew what I was on a mission. And so I started going by myself and, and it's like I did that for a while.
That's what I do. I put my headphones in and I get it in. If I don't have clients, sometimes if I have clients, like, I train with the clients. If I don't have the clients, to me, when I don't have clients, I can actually settle down and actually get more into my workout because it's just me and I don't have to worry about anybody else's what they're doing. So what I also learned to do is now when my clients leave or before they get there, I try and train depending on what time I go in. So, I get up early in the morning, I get either my cardio and I get the sauna in. And then after that, it's just strictly clanging and banging. Trying to follow the blueprint by the coach.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. I laid the blueprint out there. I'm giving back what people gave me, and so for me, it's what good is knowledge if you don't pass it on.
And I truly agree with that.
Yeah, and so I do believe that this knowledge wasn't given to me for me to hold on to it. It's give it to the next person, and that's how you keep it going.
And that's exactly what you've been doing, and I've been doing the same thing.
Appreciate that, man.
So tell me, a day in the life of Zoe, what does that consist of?
Depending on whether I'm training or not, depending on whether I'm flying to a different city or state or not. But if it's just a typical day where I'm working from home, it's get up, hit the gym, then come back home, get on the computer, get clients, try to wait till, I can get them and take care of them and schoolwork, back in school. Just some of everything going on right now.
Congratulations right there on that.
I appreciate that, man. So the day in the life of Zoe, it's a long day.
If your life is anything like mine, I'm sure you say the same thing. So when you finally find somewhere to sit down at, it's like,
that's it.
And that's how I am. I came back in the house, I sat down, I watched TV, I sat on the couch and I just was like, I'm going to chill. and that's it.
Hey, sometimes you need those moments right there.
You know, so eating. What are your eating habits like? What do you consist of your I don't want to say let's talk about your regular diet and then let's talk about your prep diet. What's the difference?
The difference is when I eat certain foods, when I'm prepping versus when I'm not. When I'm not eating, when I'm not prepping, it's pretty much the same thing. Just, stay with a good source of protein, good carb, and a leafy veggie. And doing prep, it's the same, but again, I just kind of move them around, one before my workout, one after my workout, load up my carbs.
Okay, so before pre-workout, you go heavy carbs.
Yeah.
And when I say heavy carbs, I think you might be sitting here that may be listening. When we say heavy carbs, we're referring to
complex carbs.
Yeah, sweet potatoes, stuff like that. We're not talking about a bag of potato chips or junk food.
Yeah, make sure you clarify that. Yeah,
you got to go. Don't go to the store and pick up a bag of Skittles or something like that. You want to get something that's clean, vegetables, broccoli, whatever it is. But you want to stay away from the nonsense. So now you're preparing for your second show.
Yeah.
How does that feel? You was nervous for your first show. How you feeling for your second show?
The second show, not as much, not being as much as not being nervous as much as the first show. Excuse me for that, but I'm more mentally prepared this go around. I've not only have I been in the show, but I've seen different shows as well. So now I kind of know what the judges are looking for, and so this time around is really I'm more locked and loaded. I'm more focused on my exercises and everything, making sure I'm just not going through the motions. But this go around right here, I'm just really focusing on trying to get the pro card.
So this show right here, we may be celebrating. I'm not gonna say we may. We're gonna be celebrating something bigger.
That's my goal. That's my plan. That's my mission.
Now that you putting that in my head, like me and the other half talked about that yesterday about going pro, and I'm like, I would have wanted that 10 years ago, but me and you are the same age, so you going OCB and I'm going MPC.
Yeah.
So we may have two pros coming out of this.
Hey,
by the end of 2021.
Let's go ahead and put it in the air now.
Look, like I said, I'm not sure if I could win both, but one of them shows, I'm definitely going to knock it out the park. I mean, and once you gave me the green light and was like, it's a week apart and it's in the same state, let's do both. And I'm looking at it like at first, I'm looking at the calendar like November 6th, November 13th, November 6th, November 13th. Let me choose one or the other. Right. So I'm like, okay, at first I chose November 13th. Then I'm looking at November 6th and I'm like, my brother-in-law lives in Wayne. And I'm like, damn, why am I just not doing both of these shows? So that's when I called you and was like, yo, coach, what you think? And you said, let me think about that for a second. You was like, and you hit me back and was like, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, you're going to be already in top condition, right? Because you're already going to be in your peak week. So you're just extending it one more week. So you're already going to be ready. And to me, that's the best way to do it, is to do it if you can get them back to back like that, versus going through the training process, do a show, then go back to the regular lifestyle, then training, getting ready to do it all over again. It's a lot on the body as well.
Yes, that's definitely true. What are you doing after this show, May 1st? What is your goal after this show?
All depends. So if I win my when I win my pro, let me just say it this way right here.
If and when.
Yeah, but let me just say it this way right here, because so if I win pro, then I'm going to move to another organization. If I don't, then I'm going back to try to get it the next go around.
Okay.
So it all depends.
Yeah, I mean, you just like MPC move up as IFBB.
Yeah.
So what's OCB? What's their go up?
I don't know exactly how theirs move up, because once you get pro in OCB, you can't compete there anymore anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
so that's when
also.
Yeah, people kind of cross over to NPC and then the others. So I don't know exactly how far theirs go up.
Okay. So, but let's just say, for argument's sake, let's say you get your pro card. Let's say when you get your pro card on May 1st.
Okay.
then you're going to be looking to go to do your next show when, because the season is not over till December.
Right. So I don't have a second date picked out yet, but I'll start thinking about that after that moment, immediately after that moment.
See, I'm taking mine at the end of the season.
Got it.
So I'm already saying, okay, season starts back up in mid-March. So if I'm done in November, I could have a little bit of fun for the holidays and come back and hit it again in March.
Got it.
So, I mean, but that's all up to my coach. I can't do anything unless coach says we go this route or we go that route. So it's right.
No doubt. But let me tell you, you ready to put in the work, we can make it happen, brother. And I know you are.
That's where it is. That's why I don't post a lot of my workout sessions and stuff like that. But me and you talk on a regular basis, so you already know I'm in there.
Yeah, no doubt.
How long? Question is, how long exactly should one train for a competition? I'll let you answer that, coach. Because I'm in it for 33. Mine is a 33-week prep.
Well, yeah, and I don't think there's no one size fit all answer here, because it really depends on a lot of different things. I mean, how much body fat does a person have? What is their condition, their physical condition? So, I mean, if you're somewhat in shape, obviously it can be the less time that it would take. So if you're someone that already goes to the gym faithfully, and I'll say 4 to 5 days a week, then I would say maybe 16 to 20 weeks is when you should start thinking about 20 weeks on the other side coming down. So I hope that answered your question.
Storm, this one right here, she's a fitness guru. Her body she's in tip top physical state, and we've spoken many years ago about her competing. So, I'm looking forward to seeing her get on stage, in the near future, because she's definitely a specimen, and I'm gonna have to bring her over, for that prep coach, aka one more rep.
Hey, no doubt, man.
You already got so. Matter of fact, I got a question. It's probably gonna be nobody's probably asked you this question before.
Okay.
You're training to get on the stage.
Yes.
You also have another young lady that's gonna be getting on the stage with you May 1st also.
Yes.
And you have me coming on the stage November 4th. I don't know if there's anybody else on the team going on stage.
So we do have another one going on stage, but he's under another coach.
Okay. But he's not under the team.
Yeah, he's on the team.
Okay. So how does that make you feel, knowing that you got 3 people under you going on stage?
Actually, it feels good. I mean, just to be able to pour that knowledge into people that really want it, right? And you can see the work ethics, and that they're gonna, strive to get to that perfection. So it feels good, and knowing that people trusted me, that's the other piece right there. Because if they didn't trust in me, they wouldn't be with me.
And I mean, there are other coaches on board around us and this immediate circle, and it's like I've seen the work with you, and I'm like, okay, and plus we've already connected personally, with our personalities, and it's just like, yo, it's a grind, and I see what you do, you see what I do, and it was like, okay, let's work here, let's cut this, let's do this, let's do that. So it's not like I can't pick up the phone and tell you, yo, coach, you can't do it. The only thing I told you is like, yo, coach, put that shirt on now, show it off May 1st. And you like, whatever package I'm gonna bring, I'm gonna bring.
Yeah, I was just having fun with that. I mean, sometimes we kind of get caught up in with not wanting to post our work and not show our work and all, because somebody may take it the wrong way, Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I always say, if you work hard, you put in that work, show yourself off. I mean, it's a difference between being confident and cocky,
And that's one thing you're not. You're definitely not cocky. No. You're very humble, and for you to be in the physical health that you're in, the form of fitness you're in, it's amazing. And anybody could just talk to you. Like, I mean, you've introduced people to the team that just see you in the gym working out, and once they meet you, it's like, I got a new member to the team.
Yeah.
Welcome. And once you add the person to the team, it's like we all show love. Like, yo, whatever you need, just let us know.
Man, I tell you, I cannot ask for a better group of people, man, in that fitness group. I couldn't ask for a better group. And the support and the love that's there, And what I love is the connection. Again, people that has never met each other, but are friends. You know what I mean? So that right there, just knowing that we're bringing something positive to the table and people are receiving it and giving it. I love that team.
Yeah, and listen, we are so appreciative to have like the best coach in the business. Like,
Thank you, brother.
and I mean, the one thing that I want to show you, I want it to be, across the board where we all can get on stage and showcase our trophies and point to you and say, you did this. We might have put the work in, but you laid the blueprint, excuse me. Laid the blueprint out on how it's supposed to get done. So once it got done, all the fruits from the rewards would have to go towards you.
Well, I'm one of those people, man. I really would love that right there to see my team. We start building something special, something else special, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm one that I won't take that credit right there because again, I can guide you, but when you put in that work right there, it's going to be reciprocated right back to you guys. You're the real MVPs. I can just guide you and give it to you and all, but it's you guys that got to do the work.
Well,
so.
It looks like you're building a dynasty, right? And
I
I'm
appreciate
a
that.
49er fan, so I'm gonna go like this, right? And I'm gonna put my 49er cup up right now, So you are the Bill Walsh of the team. So if that's how you running it, you got to get your kudos. You're gonna be the Hall of Fame coach at the end of the day. You starting your legacy, and you're gonna have in 2021, you're gonna have 3 different athletes on the stage, including yourself, and then you're gonna be moving forward doing other things yourself.
Yeah, no doubt, and I definitely appreciate that, man. And like I said, there's no I in team, man, and this is what we're building. Whatever that may be, it's us. Again, it's when you're in the trenches and you got good people around you, it makes it that much better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To handle the environment and situation. The team, again, the way we convey the message to one another, man, is second to none. And so it's, again, I throw it right back to you guys.
Let's talk about water. We had a little conversation before we got online about water. And we talked about how much people should drink. So what do you think the daily intake of water should be for a person in the gym and a person not in the gym?
I would say either way, I would, and this is just my opinion, I would say at least 100 ounces. Your body needs it, whether you're working out or not. I mean, obviously, if you're working out, you're going to consume just a little bit more, but your body has to flush out toxin, chemicals, and all at all times, and water is essential.
And again, so on the water tip, room temperature, hot, boiling water, ice cold water, what you think?
I would recommend room temperature at all times. Room temperature, room temperature is better for your body, in my opinion. Ice cold water is not good for your organs. It's almost like taking a fish out of the store and you get them in an aquarium and you take them home and put them in regular water without transitioning them over. It's a shocker, and that's the same thing that happens.
Possibly.
Exactly, it shocks the body, and that cold water on the organs are doing the exact same thing. So room temperature.
So listen to that, my people. Room temperature water. If everybody want to know what I drink room temperature, and this is before I even been talking to the coach.
Yeah, good stuff.
What do you take as far as supplements? Because we've had a few supplement shows and we've talked about supplements. So if you were to, anybody getting into the fitness world, what would you recommend that they have as regular? And I'd say even regular people who are just watching the show who are not into the gym.
Well, I would say that first of all, remember that supplements. Look at the name, what it means. It means you're supplementing something, right? You need to do a add-on. So your real supplements should come from your food, first and foremost. But because you can't get everything in food all the time, that's why you do have those supplements. What I usually take, black seed oil. I usually take, multivitamin. I find me a good multivitamin that has vitamin D, C, you name it, all in one pill versus trying to take multiple pills. Then I, some days I take turmeric, and I take that for inflammation and all, because lifting after a while, you start to feel it, in a different form and all. But if you want to get most of your, your food, get a good food source, and your nutrients to be in there. But again, if you have to get supplements, a good multivitamin will always work. Also, when you think about if you're active, you need to think about taking a BCAA.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there, it just helps you throughout your workout where you're preserving muscle, because the body tends to want to use muscle as the first source of energy. So you have to try to, stop that and make it use stored fat.
And
So
just if
BCAA
anybody
comes.
want to know where to get a BCAA, again, I'm a fan of GNC, but you can go to GNC, Vitamin Shop, any spot like that, and just ask for the BCAAs, and they can point you in the right direction. Would you agree with that, Coach?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
So that's it. That's all you take?
Yeah, that's all I take, man. I don't try to load up. I may do a little creatine every once in a while, depending on if I'm trying to just gain, just a little bit more mass or get a little bit stronger. But for the most part, that's all I take.
How often would you take the creatine?
Like I may get on it a couple of weeks at a time, then just get off of it, because too much creatine, your body doesn't respond well to that as well. So you got to kind of watch that stuff there.
Yeah, I haven't taken creatine in, especially because of my kidneys, in many, many years.
Exactly. Okay.
So, I try and, I'm not going to say I try, I avoid certain things that I know would fully affect the kidneys.
You got to.
I don't know what that, okay. But I mean, so let's talk about the young lady. I can't even remember her name. What is your goal with her, and what is she competing in?
So you're talking about Joyce?
Joyce, yes, Joyce.
Yeah. So women physique. So that's the goal.
But, like some things can change. Would she go to bikini? Would she go to, because I know they eliminated bodybuilding. So it's just women's physique. Is that the only class she's going in?
Yeah, right now, because some organizations you can't cross over. So whatever division you're in, that's what you're going to have to stay in and all. So again, it all depends on with this OCB, how this show goes, what's the next move. So hadn't thought that far in advance yet.
Okay. And you've done a show with them before already, correct?
I'm sorry?
And you've done a show with them before?
With OCB?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you did with the original.
Exactly.
All right. Before we move on, of course, we got to pay some bills. So if you're looking to do a podcast on the Evening Rush Network, and you're looking for a great team of people to be behind you and help support you and help build up your show, here's a commercial. Give a listen. Give a call.
Looking to podcast shows and do not know where to start? The Evening Rush Network can help you with that. Call us at 929-441-2417 or email us at theeveningrushnetwork@gmail.com for dates and prices. We got you for all your podcast needs. The Evening Rush Network. Tune in, subscribe, and share.
Y'all already know we want to definitely thank the Evening Rush Network for allowing Roz and myself to have our platform on this. And of course, we want to thank our sponsors, Elevate Yours, Wise Choice Sewer and Drains, Sands by Butter, Faith No Fear, Envious Creations, 2920 Clothing, Indian Ivy Inc., Rachel's Kitchen, and of course, One by Rainbow. And of course, we want to thank our special guest, Zoe, aka One More Rep, for just having this conversation with me so that you guys can get your listen on and figure out, what you want to do as far as this fitness. If you want to go into competing, whether you just want to be trained, and both of us are certified trainers, so you can reach out to one of us. And if you need Zoe's information, I'll definitely put that out there. I'll add a few of you to the group that's looking to join the team, because and if you join the team, just know you're going to be embraced with love and an abundance of knowledge from all corners of the globe, because we got people from everywhere in that group.
No doubt. Nothing but love in there. No doubt.
So, being that you're a trainer, how does it feel to work with other trainers?
Actually, sometimes a trainer needs a trainer. you know, and again, you can learn from everybody. You know, sometimes you can even learn from your students, you know, your clients and all. Sometimes you become the student, they become the teacher. So to me, that title, I don't even get caught up in the title because you can learn from everybody.
And I mean, I have clients now that come to the gym and they'll have something, you know, on a phone. They be like, "Hey, look at this," and I look at it, and I come home and study it and incorporate that in my workout. And I'll be honest, you know, I see certain things inside the group, and I'm like, I like that.
That's what it's there for.
And you know, I incorporate a lot of stuff that you know that I see online, and as of over the last couple of weeks, it's like I'm not even watching regular TV. I find myself on YouTube just studying just different things. So not only can I bring it to myself, but I can bring it to my clients.
Yeah.
And when you hit me and say, okay, well, Champ, I need you to do this in the gym or do that in the gym, I'm already prepared. And like you always tell me, you know, if they're not too sure, go to YouTube. So once we started talking about YouTube and doing certain things, it's like YouTube has become my best friend.
Hey man, YouTube and Google.
And they teach you any and everything you need to do as far as working out, as far as nutrition, cooking things. Speaking of cooking things, what do you normally cook?
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm a cook.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. So what is on your plate? Let's say on training day. You know, let's put out a whole meal. And how many meals do you have during the day?
So during training days, I'm eating 6 meals a day. I'm eating every 2.5 hours and all, starting at 6:30 in the morning, ending at 9:30 in the evening. So
you go that late?
Yeah. I expend a lot of calories through the day, man. So at the end of the day, it's as long as you're expending more than you're bringing in, you're not going to have a surplus.
And yeah, I'm at that deficit too, so I know where you're at when what that means.
Yeah, but a typical meal, a typical breakfast would probably be, three, 4 egg whites, a couple of whole eggs, spinach omelet, along with low sugar, high protein oatmeal with some blueberries in it. That's breakfast right there. Then
water or juice?
Water. I don't drink anything but water.
Sound like me. But then we had that competition.
Now, you know, if I have a drink or something, you know, a little vodka, but nothing else but water. But no, so then I'm gonna eat again around trying to do my math off the top of my head. I'm gonna eat again around 10. Then I'm going to 11:30. You know, maybe off about a half hour, but then again it's around 1, 2 o'clock, around 4, 6, and then 9. So,
and all of those meals are pretty much the same size, or are they snacks?
You know, I have 6 meals. 6 meals.
Full meals.
6 full meals. And here's the thing right here. I wouldn't say that that's for everybody. Again, you got to remember.
Yeah, you got to know your body.
You got to know your body and all. But I would say for anyone that's just trying to change the way they're eating, you can get 3 solid meals and 3 good snacks in there. Still, you want the 5 to 6 meals.
That's where I'm at. 3 meals, 3 snacks.
Yeah, and they don't have to be full meals. So, you know, what works for me is just a little different because of the muscle mass and how long I've been doing that right there. But again, I definitely don't advise anybody to eat 6 full meals.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually thinking of increasing to the 4 and doing 4 and 2. You know, I don't know if I could do the 6, but, you know, I guess as we get closer to showtime, you know, we'll decide how we're going to go as far as that goes.
And it all depends on how fast we speed the metabolism up too, right? Because we speed the metabolism up, we're going to want more. We're going to need more food for energy.
And the past couple of days, like I told you, I was on that liquid diet. And was it yesterday? Today's Thursday. Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, I hit that plateau, and I'm like, I'm in the gym, and I'm like, yeah, all right, this isn't gonna work. I got to put something heavy in my system because I mean, I did the protein with the peanut butter, and it just was not working. I took a B12 shot, and it was like I still couldn't get it. So it was like once I got the food in my system, you know, I perked right back up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do the 1 meal, you know, and then do other stuff, you know, just to supplement, you know, so I get some of them calories and keep it low carb for now. But I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna stay on liquid until, you know, like I said, I'll change it up as you tell me to change it up. But now it's to the point now where it's like I know I can't do it. And I did almost 82 hours, 84 hours, something like that, straight of no food, no solid food.
Yeah, that's tough right there.
That right there was just like, yo, am I crazy?
Yeah, that's tough right there.
Somebody said, "Hey, coach." I'm not too sure who that is. So, whoever just said, "Hey, coach," you got to put your name on it because it just says Facebook user. So I'm sure that's, of course, one of our One More Rep family members. So let's talk about the eggs, right? Because I've gone vegan since I've gotten a kidney.
Okay.
Where's Coach Ryder? What's up, Ryder?
What's up, Roz?
Roz, what's going on? Of course, y'all already know who that is. That's the co-host of the Evening Rush, Roz. Representing that West. I don't know why though. She need to come to New York and get some of this cold weather. So, eggs. You was talking about cholesterol. Does that affect you now, or due to the fact that you're exercising, it's not bothering you at all?
Well, I don't eat a lot of egg yolks, and that's where a lot of the cholesterol lies in the egg. Mm-hmm. So, my mixture now is 4 egg whites, and I may do a couple of whole eggs and all, but I'm not eating, 5, 6 whole eggs with the yolk.
You're not taking a cup like Arnold Schwarzenegger used to do and drinking the eggs with the yolk.
I could never do that. I could never do that.
You know what? I tried that one time, and I'm like, when I was young, and it was like, I need to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I tried it, and I'm like, what the hell did he see in this? Like, this is disgusting.
Nah, I'm gonna leave that one to somebody else.
But there's people that do it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's getting the protein. That's getting your protein in quickly because it gets into your system a lot faster.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure once you cook it, it's the same way too. It takes a little bit of time, but it tastes a lot better.
I take mine cooked all day.
I just added fish back to my diet, so I'm more pescatarian. But I'm debating whether or not I'm going to add chicken.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Well, I did that
vegan life.
Well, I did that diet before, the chicken, fish only, along with veggies. So I've done that, and it was different because I usually have some turkey burger, on a regular. Mm-hmm. But I stuck with it for the most part. Well, I did stick with it, the chicken and the fish.
And are you still on that, or you graduated back to your steak and stuff?
Well, I don't eat steak often. I had one this evening, but I don't usually eat steak all the time because it's just so hard for the body to process. That red meat and all. But I mean, when I want me a steak, I want me a good ribeye.
You want the one that fulfills you, not with all the fats and stuff. You want that lean meat.
Hey, that ribeye got a little of that marble in there, but I don't mess with that piece. But it's definitely just a juicier piece of the steak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question as a trainer. And I have a lot of clients, and I've been around a lot of people that feel like graduating to the knife as opposed to hitting the clanging and banging.
Well, I mean, I know people got to make a personal decision, but if they would listen, if they was taking anything that from me, I would say give the fitness a try, right? Before you do just that, you'll be so much prouder looking at your work because of the progress. I mean, the time it takes to get there and the progression scale. That's why I tell all the my clients that work with me, it's like, you built this, you did that. So when you take that picture and then you put it on Facebook, somebody may be getting a 30-second snapshot, but they don't know that hard work you put in behind the scenes, the stuff that people don't see.
And you got the people that just come on that just left Miami or Dominican Republic that got that body done, and you're like, damn, I wish I could have did that. But then you sit back, I'm like, well, first, look at all the money they look at. Maybe they might have complications in the long run.
Yeah, and so, I'm not going to knock anybody that do it, but because I don't know what their situation may be. But I'll just say I would give fitness a try every day, all day.
And that's where I'm at. I mean, you're right. There's also, I understand that there are people out there that may need to do it, for health reasons. But if you don't have to do it, for any other reason, come on over to, I'll tell everybody, come on over to the dark side. You might like it over here. So we got a few more minutes left. We're getting ready for the show in May. What do you see going on with this show? What's your vision for you and Joyce?
First place.
Across the board.
Across the
board. So we're talking first in division and first in overall.
First place in everything. That's my vision.
And you know what? I'm gonna be there to celebrate right there for that first place and that pro card. I'm looking forward. You know, and what I love about you is, you know, we've talked about who my former coach was.
Yeah.
And he would send me stuff like every 2 weeks, once a month, and say, okay, well, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. And then I can call him, and if I called him 10 times, I might get a hold of him 2 times.
Wow.
You know, and it was like, okay, I understand that you're so busy and you're doing a lot, but once you take on a client, you know, you're supposed to make sure that client is taken care of.
Exactly.
But here it is, when I call you or text you, you respond the same day. Like, even if you're working, you'll be like, yo, I'll get back to you in a few more. Especially if I have a question, I'll get back to you in a few with that. Let me think about that, champ.
Yeah. And so I always try to, you know, make sure I just give people that utmost respect and all. Because, look, at the end of the day, it's like when people are reaching out to you, you know, you gotta reach back out. Actually, I got a couple of people now I'm got to reach back out to tonight or either tomorrow, you know, because I really always want to be a stand-up person when it comes to that right there. So I just believe in that, you know. If I can't get to see you right then, I will get back to you, you know, soon.
And you've always been like that with me, you know. Whenever I come with any questions, food questions, like we've been talking pretty much every day this week, and especially because I'm just starting to prep, and it's like, okay, what's the direction we're going in? How are we gonna go about this? How are we gonna go about that? And anytime I have a question, you're responding immediately or within the hour. And if you don't agree with something, like for example, I texted you yesterday and I told you the workout plan, and like as soon as I sent it, you texted me back and was like, wait, no, this.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
hey, that's it, right?
Damn, I'm like, I had plans in the gym, but oh well.
No, that's it right there, man. And so I when I take on a client, man, I'm really trying to help them get to where their goals are and all. So I take it seriously, and the accountability starts with me first. And I just try to make sure that I'm driving them in the right direction and all. So that's why it's like seeing a coach seeing his people work, man. It's like it's just a happy space to be in, to be honest with you.
And I'll be honest with you, like I told you, you know, I'm doing upper body, lower body. But usually when I do my lower body, I'm doing arms also. But then I also play with the arms on upper body day also. So yesterday I was like, I'm doing upper body and abs. And you was like, arms, biceps and triceps. And I'm like, I just did biceps and triceps. Never mind.
That's what's up. You got to shock your body sometimes.
So I'm like, it is what it is. So I did biceps, triceps, and abs. And then before I left, I hit a little bit of shrugs. And I'm like, and some delt work. And I'm like, I needed to feel like I did a little bit of upper body.
Yeah,
but
I got it.
It was funny because, like, you know, it was a time where, exactly, you're right, Dawn, we work over here. No, actually, Zoe is in Virginia, but you know where I'm at, Storm. I'm in Brooklyn and Queens, so I'm everywhere. But Zoe, you know, he'll reach out to you. He could train you online. You can call him. You know, we have a group. But Storm, you know what? I'll put you into the group later on, so you can see what we're doing inside the group.
Sounds good.
But what was I saying? When I finally walked out the gym, usually going to the gym, like I was in the gym at one time, I was averaging 2-3 hours.
Right.
And when you know, it's like, you know, when I'm listening to people, even when I was going through my certification, and, you know, it's like, well, that's too much, you know, you starting to, you know, to eat at the muscle. And I'm realizing now that I'm spending a lot less time. I'm in the gym at the most an hour and a half. Every so often, depending on what I'm doing, I might touch the hour and 45 mark. But for the most part, you know, I'm not rushing through my workouts, you know, because it's like, okay, I take my 30 seconds to a minute, you know, 30 seconds to a minute and a half to just get that breath and get, you know, so I can go back, especially if I'm lifting really heavy. If I'm not lifting too heavy, it's about 30 to 45 seconds.
Got it.
And
So-
yes, Roz says he can train you from coast to coast because Roz, our co-host, is in California. And as you guys may know, he trains the TL Mac Fitness Show. And we're doing completely two different things. So you already know he is a master of what he's doing.
Appreciate that, man. I really do.
So like I was saying, though, I was going, so hard. And like when I was training years ago, I came down so much smaller, so fast. And here it is now, I'm maintaining my size and I'm getting, and anybody that sees me is like, yo, your stomach is way smaller, but you're big as hell. And me hearing that, yo, you big as hell, it has me looking, and I got to question that. Well, what do you mean I'm big as hell? Like,
right.
Am I fat? And I'm like, I've heard many times, now, hell no, you're not fat. Like, if you hit somebody, you can knock somebody out. Mina Karen asks, what's the best way to start at home for beginners? I'll let you answer that, Coach.
Well, just do what you can, right? Again, you got to know if you have any physical ailments and anything going on, but you got to be cognizant of that. Well, what I would do is just stand up and just do air squats. Just standing up, squatting down, coming up, squatting down. You can do some side to sides, going side to side with your legs, doing side lunges, I should say, if you know what those are. If you don't know what a lunge is, you can actually, look that up. I would do jumping jacks if I can do those, and jump rope. If you can do a plank at home, if you can do a plank, whether you're at home or in the gym, you can do a plank. Those are good. It really depends on what you're trying to do. But there's so many things that you can do, and I would just say the best way is just to Google some of that right there, home workouts, and they'll show you a variety.
You missed everything, Mandy. But I mean, and I would co-sign him, and like he says, a lot of the stuff, if you're looking to join the team, if you're in New York, I'm here. If you're looking for somebody to train you over virtually, either myself or Zoe can do the same. You could reach out to, Dawn could pass my information on to you and we can go from either direction. But you could also go on Google, and Google will teach you different things as far as what to do as far as a beginner goes. So like if you're not sure how to do a lunge, if you're not sure how to do just anything, Google and YouTube will be your best friend forever and a day.
No doubt.
How long do you suggest for cardio? Before or after? I'm not sure. Let's just go with that. How long do you suggest for cardio?
I would say at a minimum 30 minutes. 30 minutes a day. And switch it up sometimes. It doesn't have to be just walking flat on the treadmill. You can put it on an incline. You got an elliptical machine, if you have a Stairmaster, you don't have to always just stick to one machine, one piece of cardio machine. But I would say at least 30 minutes at a minimum.
He didn't tell me that. I'm 60 minutes.
You got different goals, brother.
I wish he would have told me 30 minutes. 30 minutes? Let's go.
I know what you're trying to do in November.
Yeah, so I mean, my hit is a lot different than most people. So we're going to close out within the next 5 minutes. I'm going to let you speak on your clients, what you want to do as far as one more rep. I'm going to let you just go on out and just talk. What's your goal for one more rep?
My goal is to keep growing one more rep, keep growing the brand, keep growing the people, keep connecting with others out there that we don't know about right now, right? Trying to just change lives. That's the goal for one more rep, trying to change life for the positive. If you've been in the group for forever, since its inception.
Yes, yeah,
and you can see that I try to do a daily devotion in order to start the day off. Some days I may miss, but most days I'm on it. And I do that right there to try to jumpstart people, to just try to give them a reason to smile. If you woke up, you got a reason to smile, right? But if I can give words of encouragement, if others inside the group can give words of encouragement, that's what it's all about. So just trying to grow that brand right there where it's like people know they know who I am, right? But I want people to know who you are and who this client is and who that person is and who's that teammate is and all. Just keep growing the brand and just keep growing each other. That's the main goal there. As far as fitness, look, I'm gonna keep clanging and banging as long as I can. It feels good, man, when you walk in there and you see the younger guys in there and they're nice and cut and buff and all, and then you have a conversation with them. You find out you're 20 years older than they are, and still holding the ground with them and all, man. So that's a good feeling right there.
And I'm sure they come to you for advice.
Oh, no doubt, man. And if they doing something that I can learn, I can grab from, I'll do that.
Yeah, I do that. You know what I find myself, especially, I don't know why it is, but in the gym lately where I'm at, it's been a ton of kids in the gym.
Okay.
So I'm seeing, like, I seen there's a young boy in the gym yesterday, and he was doing leg extensions, and I was like, yo, slow down first. And it was like maybe he's lifting like maybe 50, 60 pounds. So it wasn't heavy, but he was so small. And I'm like, you can lift him, which is showing you're strong, but you got to slow down. I'm like, you got to feel the muscle when you come up. I'm like, so slow it down. And he was like, nobody's ever told me to do that. He's like, I was looking at my friend do it, and now his friend might have been like 16, 17, and his friend was coaching him.
Right.
Faster. And I'm like, nah, take your time when you lift it.
And let me tell you, man, one thing about guys. Most of us, we get caught up, man, with the number on the weight, especially when we're starting off and don't understand what real lifting versus training is all about. That's testosterone that's jumping around on us and all. And we want to lift the heaviest weight. We want to bench press the most weight. We want to leg press the most. But if you're not doing full contractions and all, squeezing, you're not doing anything.
Exactly.
And you're not going to do that amount of weight most of the time if you're doing it the proper way.
Exactly. Somebody asks, how often should you lift?
Honestly, I would say if you're a beginner, I would say, start off with 2 to 3 times until you can kind of get acclimated. And on a regular, I would say 3 to 4 days a week would be optimal. Now, most days I'm doing something. You know what I mean?
So Coach, are we saying 3 to 4 days I should be lifting?
No. I'm saying you going hard 7 days.
Dang, that's what I was going to slip one in there. And somebody said, thank you for an encouraging interview. Such a humble, passionate soul helping others. Wish you the best for May and not the future. Ray, that was a beautiful compliment. And of course,
wow.
I always talk that's a friend right there. And we talked about you for a minute now about, everything that you do for me.
Wow, I appreciate that. Thank you for those kind words as well.
Moving forward now. So you get that pro card and we just going to bypass all this. You get that pro card. What you going to do to celebrate once you get that pro card?
Man, I'm going to try to eat me a big cheeseburger, a pizza. Cause look,
what? I might drink my veganist after the show.
And I want me a cold Michelob Ultra, damn it.
Listen, you're going to deserve it. Somebody said, what is better? We get a few questions in here now, so we might go a little over, Don. Is circuit better or finish each set?
Repeat that. I didn't see the question.
Is circuit better or finish each set?
Are they saying circuit workouts?
I'm thinking that's what they're referring to. Are you talking about like circuit machines, or are you just talking about just regular lifting? I'm sure that they're probably saying lifting free weights as opposed to like the
circuit training.
Yeah, circuit training.
And look, incorporate both.
Mm-hmm.
Incorporate both. Shock the body. If you're doing just one or the other, the body becomes complacent and already can memorize what you're going to do. If you're hitting the same machinery, if you're doing the same exercises, the body already remembers it once you start doing it, and you're going to hit a plateau. You gotta switch it up.
Next, somebody said, someone recently told me I shouldn't be doing any ab work until I lose a lot more weight, because if I worked out my ab area, it will build muscle on top of fat. Sounded like a lie too, but he was built. He was a built-up guy, so I don't know. But don't we use our core for everything? We have to engage our core with almost all movements, truth or lie? We may have a different opinion on this, Coach.
Yeah, so you do use your core in everything you do. Your core is vital to every movement, right? I would suggest that if you're extremely overweight, to lose some weight before doing a lot of ab work. And the reason being is the more weight you have on you, the harder it's going to be to do some of these exercises with the sit-ups and crunches and toe touches and all. And you're going to more or less hurt your back. So you got to drop some of the weight first. And look, here's the thing: everybody has a set of abs under their in their stomach. Everybody has a pair. You have to remove the layers of fat to get to them, you know. But I would definitely, if you're extremely overweight, and I would definitely lose some weight before I start doing ab exercises.
And I'm gonna co-sign what Coach just said, and I would look at it like this, you know how you see guys that are really fit that have, you know, big muscles as far as chest, shoulders, and they have a big rounded gut with abs. And that's because they was lifting and doing their ab work while they still had a gut. So now they have a big, hard, round gut because they was doing a lot of lifting. So I would suggest you come down on some of that weight in order for you to actually, you know, get to like Coach said, get to them abs, because the more fat you burn, the more reality of seeing them abs will become. Okay, she says down 95 so far. Now what? Laugh out loud. I still have another 100. Hi, Terrence. I know who it is. Hi, Mandy. I know who it is.
I see Mandy through I think Angela.
No, that's Roz's people.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, so look, you're down 90 plus. Look, great job, Mandy. Great job. You got to give yourself a pat on the back for that right there. So what, you still got 100 more, right? You halfway there. So keep up the good work.
And don't let it deter you, because, I mean, as long as you're saying you want to get there, only person that can stop you is you.
That's
so
it.
If you halfway there,
keep going.
Keep going. Get to the other half. And when you probably get to the other 100 pounds, you probably might say, okay, I want to get 10, 15 more pounds down lighter. And you might be talking to us about competing then too.
Hey, that's what's up.
And okay, so our producer says, so I'm 235. I'm doing, we've had this conversation right before we came on. I'm doing sit-ups and jumping jacks, plus a great diet. Just want to go to 210. What do you think I need to do? You need to go to the gym with me. That is the answer.
Yeah, so you definitely need to put in some resistance training. Resistance training, cardio. You say you have a good diet, but what does a good diet consist of? Because, you know, what may be good to you may be actually something that may be hindering you. So I would definitely have to see what the diet consists of.
That's a good question. I never asked him that. As much as we talk about him coming to the gym, I've never asked him about his diet. I know he does a lot of grilled food, but on the back, that's what I see, but I don't know what he does on the back end. And somebody says, what don't to eat after workout? Candy, donuts, cupcakes.
Yeah. That's just any junk food. That's definitely what you wouldn't want. I mean, after a workout, really. So think about it this way. Think about it this way right here. Why did you just go put in all that work to go put some bad food in afterwards? It doesn't make sense. So definitely anything bad shouldn't be a no-go.
Some people would say, have the protein shake, and I would personally say, 30 minutes after you want to have a meal. But if you can't get to a meal, a good protein shake with high BCAAs I would definitely recommend, and I'm sure Coach probably co-sign that.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, something is better than nothing, right? And your body needs that protein right after breaking the muscle down. So, if you don't have a meal ready, a ready shake, protein shake, or one that you can make yourself, just put something on your stomach, something good, rather.
And Mandy, to answer your question, yes, you're not doing any ab work. You want to intensify your cardio and come down. I'm not sure exactly where you're trying to get as far as stomach wise, but I would say, come down at least 50, 60 more pounds. And then once you get to that 50, 60 pounds, then you can see where your stomach is. And then you increase your ab work. Okay. But that's the question I just asked. What do you eat after workout? A protein shake, What do you eat after your workout? You said that's what you said. You eat the protein and the complex carbs.
Yeah. So now in training mode, I'm eating protein, carbs, and something green, something leafy. But I'm just I'm actually eating more grams, I should say. Same meal, just more grams because of what I'm doing right now.
What do you eat as far as I'm not eating. What do you take as far as your protein shake? What is your protein shake of choice?
Man, they better give me some money for shouting them out. But Premier Protein.
I used to take that before, and now that I'm vegan, I got the Vega Sport, but and yeah, I got to get paid for that also. But I mean, you like that one? Is there anything else you suggest for anybody? Let's say somebody's trying to lose weight. Is there one that you suggest for them? As far as protein shakes?
No, I mean, because the protein shake is not going to have you losing weight. Protein shake is just you just need protein anyway, whether you're trying to lose weight or not. But any protein shake that has 3 or less grams of sugar, preferably none. What I like about Premier is the fact they have 1 gram of sugar, 30 grams of protein, and so you want less sugar as possible. You see a lot of those drinks in there. They package it nicely, eye popping, because that's marketing. But look at the sugar content.
Always, no matter whether you just eating something that's prepackaged, always look at your sugar content. Okay, and Mandy's going back. Mandy says, I don't say no to my CrossFit owner. Laugh out loud. I just do what's programmed. But this guy seen my video of sit-ups with a 45-pound plate and messaged me his advice. So what do you think about her? She's Mandy, what are you, 285 right now? And she does have a stomach. What do you recommend for her, coach? Would you tell her to stop doing the ab work?
So, Mandy, I would say, and I mean this with all respect, I would say, drop a little bit more weight. I would say you need to drop the weight because you're gonna injure your back with some of the ab exercise that you're doing. Now, again, I would like to see what ab exercise are you doing. I think you just said something about putting a 45-pound plate and moving that. But I would highly recommend just to lose some more weight before you really get into a serious ab workout.
And I mean, I'm sure she said, I guess her CrossFit, the CrossFit owner is also her trainer. So I would think that your CrossFit your trainer would know that as well. So, maybe I don't know.
Every trainer has a different style.
Yeah, it has a different philosophy.
And they have a different philosophy, right? My thing is, if you trust your coach, your trainer, then and along with research, you got to make the right decision and all. But I don't think anybody who's let me just leave that alone, right? Because I just gonna say something, but I don't know if everybody.
We speak openly, coach. So whatever you gonna say.
Well, I'll just say this right here, right? Everybody that's certified don't mean that they can train. And again, you got people that has a driving license don't mean they can drive, right? Mm-hmm. So you just gotta do your research when you're looking for trainers and all. And again, it's not talking bad about anybody, but you have to do your research, and then you have to look at their work because their work should speak somewhat for itself.
And you don't always want to go with only their work on self. You want to go with work on others because anybody could train themselves, but how they train others is a whole different story. If you're not,
no doubt. No doubt. And when I was, and so make sure I was clarifying that too. You're exactly right, brother. And when I say look at his work, it means him or herself and the people that they've worked, they worked up under them and all. So that's their work right there.
So, but we're coming to an end. Before we leave, I want to thank Zoe. Is there any final words you want to part with?
No, I appreciate you guys having me on the show, and I'm sorry that this is the first show I'm on, and Roz is not there, my West Coast rider. But take care whatever you have to take care of, darling. But no, I just appreciate it, and hopefully I've said something that someone can actually gain something from and utilize and all. So again, if there's any questions, anybody need to reach out to me, T-Mac, you got my info. You can let them know.
I got it. Before we leave, I want to thank our sponsors, Elevate Yours, Wash Choice Sewer and Drain, Sayings by Butter, Faith No Fear, Envious Creations, 2920 Clothing, Indian Ivy Inc., Rachel's Kitchen, and of course, One by Rainbow. And of course, before we leave, I want to shout out my lovely co-host Roz, who was unable to make it. But of course, she is definitely in the comment section. So, she's not only my co-host, but she's also my teammate in One More Rep. And like Roz said, Coach, we're going to see you in a little over a month. We're going to be in Virginia with you, and we are going to be the loud section on the side where we just chill. And
I want you guys screaming out there. Right?
We're gonna be out there loud. They're gonna be like, they might end up kicking us out. We're gonna be that loud. They're gonna be like, yo, that section that got all the One More Rep gear on, they got to get up out of here.
I said, them my peoples right there.
Listen, and if he don't win, we rioted in here.
Exactly.
Other people in there, but greatly want to shout out the Evening Rush for allowing us to have this platform. And most importantly, I want to thank our viewers, our listeners, because without you guys, there is no TL Mac Fitness Show with Roz and myself. And until next week, I'll see you guys later.
Right, brother.